Good morning, everyone. It's January 17, 2023, 30 seconds before the market opens, and just finishing up my watch list. So for today, I'm looking at Roblox. RBLX is a big gap up of 15.6. I'm also looking at Mara, also a gap up, Tesla as well, and Baba. Mostly for today are all mostly gap up. Also looking at Amazon, Apple, and ATI. This one is not a low float stock, but a pretty huge gap right here. So 3 seconds before the market opens. And let me share my screen right here. So Natty is the one that has the biggest gap up among all the stocks that I'm watching today. So I'll look at Natty pretty close today. So Natty is still playing in that VWAP area. Looking at the rest of the only gap down that I'm looking at today is NIO. NIO is a gap down, but of course, looking at what the SPY is doing as well, NIO is about to do an opening range breakdown here. It had been going up for quite some time, getting a resistance there. So just flat right now, no trades yet. NIO could have been a good opening range breakdown if there's a follow through, but right now it's just playing in VWAP, so no trades yet in NIO. And the rest of the gap up list is having a pullback. What I'm looking at Amazon is the daily chart. Amazon have a couple of days where it has been a runner, so expect that today can just be inside this candlestick right here. Coin is a gap up, but having a pullback here. This one looks like it's has a potential to do a gap fill, so gonna go to 50.61. RBLX, I am doing, let's see here, forming this VWAP play 37, but we still have a lot of room here. So what I like about Roblox is to do a 9 EMA play. So if it's around 37.75, I will try to long this one. But not a strong conviction there. Amazon playing in, I don't like because it's in between the R3 and S3. So I am gonna close this pre-market data here. Now looking at the daily. So no trades yet for me. Natty now, let's see. This one could be a good opening range. Let's see. Could be a gap fill. What is the SPY doing? SPY is just playing flat. Previous day close is in that range, as well as the VWAP is flat. Coin is doing a gap fill here. NIO opening range breakdown here, big rejection. Roblox, if it goes close to, yeah, Roblox is just that huge candlestick right here, potential. So this is what I'm watching right now. So NIO is doing close to VWAP at 11.30 is a good short. 11.23, 24. a lot of rejection right here, 37.7. Trying to short this one. So shorting Roblox, stop loss. Adding to my position on Roblox. Stop loss here is 37.5. So I'm shorting Roblox. This one is a bit of an aggressive play just because this is a gap up, but I'm shorting it. 37.5 is my stop loss right here. So just above that VWAP. I've been seeing a lot of rejection, a lot of wick right here on the top. We're on the VWAP, below the VWAP, but there's not really a big conviction yet. All I see here is it is a huge gap up in the daily, and thesis is this might do a gap fill, so it will fill the gap to 33.7. Natty is doing a gap fill as well, but not a lot of, let's see here, 53. Doing a small position here. Stop loss is at 54. 54 is the stop loss. Adding to my position here because I'm already green. $53.84. It's my stop loss. Roblox is already working. So Roblox, good. Gonna do some partial here. Now moving my stop loss lower than my break even. Natty is working as well. So Natty, let's see. Still, yeah, there's 52.96. 53 is acting as a support. Roblox is still heading lower. Getting support here. Roblox got a support right there. SPY is heading lower as well, so that's helping this trade. 52.95, so a lot of shorts here. Tempted to add to this position, but it can easily just bounce. 52.97, we have a big bid right here. Lots of sellers still, so bearish. 36.83. Now looking at NEO. NEO is an opening range breakdown here. I was watching that as well earlier. But now, since I have two positions open, I'll just focus on these two positions. Roblox, about to break that. 36.65 is acting as a support there. SPY has that Natty. Let's see. I don't like that Natty is. Let's see, is that a legit one? 36.64, about to break that. 70. So I want to see this 36.61 broken. SPY looks like found the bottom. So 36.61, 60s, partialing again, just because the SPY looks like found the bottom. Lowering down my stop loss here. Big rejection right here. I don't like that this one is, so I'm moving my stop loss to break even just to protect this one, because I didn't like that it's trying to test that moving average at 53.3. Roblox stopped me out. Let's see. I want to add on this 53. Do we have a good, no. I will add at the momentum when it's going low. 53, 52.97. So the support here is 52.92. So at 52.91, when I see that in the tape, I will add to my position. But right now we are just seeing 53.08, 07. So we have the bounce. Okay, do we have a good? Trying to see if I can re-enter this one. I should re-enter this one when it closed to 37.2 to the short. So Natty have a good rejection there. I was supposed to add, but I was looking at the different stock, so was not able to add. So I can add at 52.71 once that prints. 73, 87, 87. We have prints of 88, 87. So lots of weakness here. 87, 86. We have big bid right here, very bearish. 93, 89, 92. Just looking at the tape here. So 53. Expect small candlestick there, or a small volume. So would like to add at 52.96. 52.96 is my add. 53, 52.96 is the add. 53 right here. 98, 53. So the thesis here is 52.96. That's the momentum for it to go down, and that's where I wanted to add to my short. Okay, so a little bit late to there with the fill. Now my average cost is at 53.04, 52.86, 87. Conviction there is we have a small bar here when it went up. Now my stop loss is very tight now, and yeah, just got me stop out there. Somera, huge bar here, forming R3. I wanted to be close to VWAP before I short this one, like around 11.25. So short bias here. Okay, entered short. Stop loss is 28. Adding to my position. Just because it's a chip stack, I needed to build a position here. So stop loss here is 11.28. 11.28. So what I like about this short is looking at the daily. It looks like it had a couple of strong stocks to the upside for a couple of days, and this is the first time that it had a gap down of 5.1%. So Roblox was thinking of doing this one as a long now, but a bit late there. Now looking at Natty here. Small candlesticks here. I'm short bias Natty. Still thinking of that gut fill there. 53.11. So 53.36 is the VWAP. I would like to short it when it's close to VWAP and see some sort of rejection there at the VWAP before I short this one, because you can easily just get squeezed all the way up to VWAP before it gets that or gives you that rejection. See what Roblox is doing. Roblox now is, yeah, now that Roblox is above the VWAP, now this one is very bullish now. So I am lowering down my stop loss here, lowering down my risk. Let's see what Tesla's doing. Tesla is pretty much flat here. Couple of days that it was trading. Neo looks like it's gonna stop me out. This one, strong candlestick there. Let's see if this is gonna stop me out there. Oh, huge rejection there. Thought I was gonna get stopped out. Okay, Mara here, rejection here. So I don't like, because this one is very cheap, so I need to get more shares for me to get the move. Let's see what coin is doing. Coin is nice. It formed that gap fill, so it's filling the gap, but no signs of Amazon. Let's see, filling the gap. Looks like this one is a good bounce here at S3. Natty is very short bias now because of this big wick and small. So this is the one that I was waiting for, that it will try to do VWAP first and then rejection in the VWAP. So now that we did find a rejection in the VWAP with that huge candlestick in 1 minute, as well as a 5 minutes, we do have a wick. So I like that is forming that wick right there. Now a bit of a tight or a bit of a wide stop loss here. And I'll put it right here at the top of the wick, 53.7 as my stop loss. See what Neo is doing. Neo, big rejection at the VWAP there. Now we're back at below the VWAP. So still trying to consolidate there. What Amazon is doing is S3. It can just go back and forth, R3 and the S3. No, a lot of big movers at the open today. So not a lot of volume here, but we're slightly grinding higher. Small bar here. $53.72. I don't like that Neo is just flat in the VWAP. If you put a rectangle there, it's just consolidating right there. So I don't mind, yeah, getting stop out on that, because this one is just a waste of capital. Tesla is breaking the high of day. Coin. Looks like we found a bottom in coin. Still has a fill here. 50.59. So what Amazon is doing is having that S3 as a good support there. So this can just go back and forth to S3 and the R3. SPY as well. So starting a small long position here with the idea of have that S3 as a support there. Let's see if this is gonna step me out. It's 7.3. Market is adding to my position there. Stop loss here is at 96.99. See, Natty had a good rejection there. SPY is heading higher as well. Apple is doing that R3 S3 as well. R3 serving as a good rejection right there. See, Amazon found a good rejection there. ESM looking at the pivot point, playing at the R4. Amazon, let's see if it's gonna stop me out. And Amazon just stopped me out there. Let's see what Natty is doing. I'm thinking of shorting this one, R4, serving as a good resistance there. See daily chart, snow. Not a strong conviction of what it wants to do based on the daily chart. So this one, S3 is 96.92. Don't like that there's not a lot of order flow right here. So right now 96.95 acting as a support there. Re-entering this one to the long. $96.86 is the stop loss. So Amazon, this is the move that I'm waiting for. Of course, SPY is helping us with this trade because we just found SPY just bounced from yesterday's close. Wow, NIO volume is depleting here though. Volume is dying here. So what I'm looking at NIO is a good sign of weakness, which is first the volume showing that. I would like to short this one at the sign of rejection here. Bit of rejection right there. looking for S4, waiting for a spot to short this one. S4 acting as a resistance right there. 46, 45. SPY is about to hit 400. So this one, the S4 is acting as a strong resistance there. So this one, this is the move that I was waiting for. Covering some shares here, moving my stop loss all the way up there. And got stop out. Amazon. Netty is still flat. NIO. So we did get a rejection right there, 11.47. Adding to my position here. So the giveaway here was the volume is dying in the 5 minutes. And that's why I was waiting for a reversal. And this is the rejection that I was waiting for. SPY is having a pullback as well. Just reached 400 with the SPY. And that's why we're having a pullback right there. Which at this point is helping NIO. So building a position in NIO. So Natty is still grinding here. This is the thing that I don't like. There's not a lot of order flow, which is you're gonna get stuck with that trade for a while. So for Natty, just need this one to decide what it wants to do. See bounce right there. 3.14. Low volume. Volume is dying. So NIO is very weak here. Added to my position again, NIO. So 11.47 is acting as a good resistance there. We opened lower than this previous candlestick, 11.47. So that's a very good sign of bearishness. Not a lot of volume here with that candlestick. So market maker just trying to make it seem that this is very bullish, but there's no volume to support it. And this is why I keep building on the position, just because of that giveaway right there. When the volume was lying, we have that S4, so it did run to S4. Once it goes to S4, S4 acted as a strong resistance, and that's the reason why we encountered that big pullback right there. Now we open lower low, lower high. This candlestick is higher than this one that week, so a strong conviction that this one is heading lower. Natty, the same thing. Volume price analysis is this big candlestick right here. Does not have a volume to support it, so small volume. This one have the wick at the VWAP, so strong indicator there as well that this is bearish, and there's no volume to support it. So now looking at the bid and the ask. Bid, we still have some room for this one to go down. This one is about to break that moving average, 11.36. There's a lot of backup here. 11.83 is the next stop. So this is the move that I was waiting for. So now touching this one, a lot of people are going to be shorting this one because of those who's watching the 5 minutes. So that would ignite that 11.35. So the next destination is 11.28. 11.35. So 34, 32. So taking some partial here. Moving my stop loss lower than this 9 EMA. Even if it stopped me out, it's totally fine. So that one is the weak one. Might try to test that. So it can just stop me out as well. That's totally fine. Natty is the pain in the butt trade today. Okay, let's see Google. So Neo is still bleeding here. And that's why I just keep lowering down my stop loss here. Just because this one has potential to even touch that VWAP, which is 11.26. And after that one, it can touch the 1109. Let's see if it can stop me out. 1131. So not a lot of volume here when this one is going higher. So very bearish here. Market makers just trying to trap all those who are trying to long this, and that's what's happening there. So Neo got mixed up out there, but was able to ride that. So the strong conviction here is Natty. Look at the volume when the candlesticks are going higher. Volume is not there. Volume is not there. Big candlestick, small volume here. Tesla is a good short now. So shorting Tesla. About to break. This is 129.61 is acting as a strong support there. See, SPY also got a rejection there, so that's gonna help us our SPY trade. Moving my stop loss lower than my break even, protect my profit. So this is helping, SPY is helping us with this as well. So we already have that rejected. This is 129.29. So this one, even if it stopped me out, I'm still gonna make money because my entry is all the way up here. Lowering down my stop loss. And yep, just got me stop out there. So let's see. SPY is still bouncing back up here. I'm gonna reshort this one, but I want it to be 129, 33. Reshorting this one. Okay, moving my stop loss. Let's see, this is a scalp trade right there, and just got me stop out. Reshorting, because SPY is still heading lower. SPY is heading lower. $129, 07, 07, 12. Come on. 03, there's a big one right here, 129. And yeah, just I didn't like that there's a bouncing in there. DSM, good short here. Shorting here. Look at the overextended candlestick right there. 1 minute showing us that sign of reversal. $89, adding to my position here. $89.12, 11. So this one is already working in the favor. I expect this one to go close to 88.86. SPY is trending higher, so I'm taking that into consideration, that this can just bounce anytime as well. The thing that caught my attention here is this overextended, never had a pullback. Stop loss, 89.50. 89.50. Stop loss there. This is the reason why I just close my position in Tesla, because I see that there's a short squeeze coming up because the SPY is also heading up. So if the SPY is heading up, then the rest of the stock is going to be doing it the same as well. This one is a good short right here. So volume is stopping out here with that going higher. So thesis here is 89.19. I will be adding to my position to the short side. Let's see if this is gonna stop me out. Yep, so got stop out here. This is a good short right here. Reason why is big rejection here at the open. And what happened was this one is forming is a good entry right here. 5 minutes is always more reliable with silencing the noise. We have a big volume here heading lower. And that's the thing that caught my attention is this doji right here. Big volume here. That's where the rejection is. reshorting this one. So this one, 91.41, is acting as a good support. Once we break that, which we just did, then expect a next resistance is 91.19. What is this SPY doing? Taking some partial, moving my stop loss, lower down my break even, so I don't turn this one into a red trade. Lowering it even more, trailing my stop. Okay, so all the shorts are coming in here, but yeah. This one, just like what we have said earlier, next stop 91.2. So trailing my stop here. Trailing my stop. Next stop is 91.19. Expect a bounce in the VWAP. We just lost that previous day close. Well, previous day close is here. So this one is definitely just very weak, because right now I'm just trailing my stop here. And this is how you get a runner. So it can stop me out right here, but that's totally fine, because that one has already been that huge of a move. Now TSM, this is the pullback that I'm waiting for. So I'm just adding to my position here. SPY is having a pullback as well, so that's helping this trade. Natty, So at least we're having the volume now. So I like that this one couple of times that it is this level 89.27 is acting as a support, but we are now heading we're lower than this moving average, that 90 MA. We did touch lower than this 20 moving average as well. So that level 89.25 acted as a strong support couple of times, but we are tapping out here. Tesla is a good short again here, but I do have a couple of open positions. I'm not able to trade it. So yeah, this one good short is at 129.5. Stop loss is at 130, and that's yep. So TSM, this is the move that I was waiting for. So now that support 89.11, the next step is 88.67. SY is heading lower as well, so that's helping the stock. 996, 97. We're heading to that 90 MA, and this stock got me into a red initially, so my sight is not as good in that. So Natty is the last one. So this one, that 9 EMA really acted as a strong support there. And the other thing that makes me go all out was that SPY. We're about to bounce off of that VWAP, and we did see that I hit that the lowest, so was able to get the move. But after I closed my position, we just bounced back up. Natty, waiting for this move right here. So this one could have been a good view 90 MA trade. So entry is at 36.638, 36.05. So risking 30 cents, and now it already had 1-to-1, but the VWAP is the target level here. So Natty thesis here, or thought process, is I'm actually just trying to see if this one still has some juice to move. Otherwise, I'm just gonna close this position just because it's not worth it. Look at how this one had just been flat at the open. The move here was just this first two candlestick, and after that first two candlestick, then we just had flat there. So not a good stock where your position can be tight. This one is a good short here. So shorting this one a bit late, it could have been at 97.82 was a good place to short. Stop loss here is 98.32. Giving some space there. Come on. Average cost is 53.14. See, 53 is the next destination here. Not a lot of volume there, so big conviction here. Let's see, this one is pretty because we top out right there, 98.27. These are the market makers still trying to push this, trying to show that it's not low volume here. The 314, next destination 53. Lots of bids in this side, so that's very bearish. 53. MS acting as a strong support there, 97.65, about to break that 97.65 on MS. No volume here when the candlestick was white or going up. So 3.15, 53, 14. Just covering my position there. There's not a lot of volume here. It can still break down, but at this point, it can easily just bounce as well. I just didn't want to get stuck in this trade just because this is the trade that is not moving, so not worth my time. So this Tesla right here, this is the one that I called out. If you short it right here, 129, stop loss 130, it's not working in your favor. I wasn't able to trade that because I was already with an open position with the other trades. Okay, this is the move that I was waiting for. 7.52, 97.46 is the next one. Good. Covering some, moving my stop loss lower than my break even. Even if it stopped me out, then this is a green trade. So yeah, that's it for my day today. I actually have a meeting at 11, so I have to get out of here. But so far, I traded a couple of stocks today, and yeah, all of them are a green trade. So with that, I'm ending the day with 2K profit. Let's look at what the SPY had been doing. So SPY had been just almost flat. It's below 0.02%, lower than the previous day close, which is this level right here. Right now, a lot of stocks will be getting pulled as well together with the SPY, which is a good time to short. Only thing is I do have a meeting at 11, so I don't have any time to wait for another setup. So I'm just going to be doing a recap. So what I did with Amazon was, let's look at the lower time frame. First is Amazon, we are trending higher. And let's see if I can use my Epic Pen here. So with Amazon, we're just trending higher here, higher. But at the open, we had a rejection there. So it tested and went below that candlestick. So now is a good time to short here. But so what we see was, this is the previous day close for Amazon. I tried to long this one at first because what I see is the S3 and the R3, that this can be a potential for a pivot play. But when it tested the S3, I tried to long this one with the idea that it can test this previous day close. I got stop out here. Now I entered it again to the long side because when I saw that it is respecting the S3, I entered long here and covered my position with the VWAP. So with that little bit of a move, I was able to get 35 only. 35 bucks just because this first trade right here was a red trade. And then I entered again, and this one, I got a little bit of a move there. So kind of like offset what I lost here. So giving me that 35. And then next is Google. So with Google, what I saw here was Google on the daily chart. It is forming that, this is previous candlestick. So we are just heading sideways, or what we call is under consolidation. So when I saw that yesterday, our previous day close is right here. We found a big rejection there. Now we curled up did not even have the momentum for this to even test the previous day close. So that's one of the giveaway. That means this stock is very weak. When I saw that it's weak, did not even have the capacity to try to go close to the previous day close. This one is the giveaway right here. That one is a doji. So with a doji, I like that I can put in my entry and stop loss clearly. So stop loss here is right here at the top of that doji. Entry is right here. When I saw it with the slippage, I got my fill right here, added to my position. I also see that we have the S3 right here, which is about to go lower than the S3. So when I saw that, immediately after I entered, it just went lower. So partial right here because we lost this S3, moving average, moving average. So partial here, trailing my stop. And at the VWAP, I was all out because at that time I trailed my stop and it got me stop out, but it's still heading lower. So that is the Google trade there. Then the next one is MS. MS, what is this? Finance and insurance, float of 1.30 billion. I did not even have the chance to research this one, but I saw what candlesticks are doing. And as a day trader, we are big on technical indicators. So what I saw is it is a bit overextended here. It has been going higher high, higher lows. This right here is the giveaway. We are tapping out there. We have the wick. When I saw the wick, so anything below this one will be a short. The most ideal entry or trade on this one is this one could have been your stop loss, and this is the entry to the short. When I found this one a bit late to the party, but there is at least that positive thing about sometimes being late because you get to see the confirmation where this one is a huge bearish candlestick. So when ideally it could have been on that entry is right here and stop loss right here, but a little bit of late to the party, but that was fine. And was able to ride this one all the way down to the 9 EMA and trailing my stop, and it got me stop out. So with that, that's MS, just $45 for that. And then the next one is Natty. Natty is the, oh, I still have that stop loss right there. Okay, so Natty is the trade that I did that just was consolidating. And this is the perfect example of what the consolidation looks like. So consolidation looks like if I place in here a rectangle, this one is just consolidating and it's just getting gravitated to that VWAP. So the only move here is this and the rest is just flat. So what I did with Natty was I was short bias on this one because on the daily it's overextended. So this one is the previous day trading action price. So idea here is that it will fill the gap, but it might fill the gap, but this one just taking its time and I don't have time to wait for this one. So I shorted it here, added to my position, cover, and then I was stop out. Now it's still in that VWAP or below the VWAP, so I shorted again, adding to my position because we're still below the VWAP, and we are just we're just heading nowhere, or we're just sideways. So with that sideways action, I just close my position. So short, adding to my position, and if I look into the 1 minute, so short, cover, short, stop out, short here, adding to my position, and was all out here. So almost just like a break even. So with that move, it was just a $55 there. So not a home run just because it's a flat. And look at that price action right here. Not a lot, or not a good order flow where it's just going up and down. Even the tape is not going anywhere. So I just closed out my position there. Then Neo is, let's see, in the smaller time frame. So what I saw in Neo is a couple of days we are heading higher. So it's just right for this one to do a pullback. So it actually opened lower. Neo is the only one on my list as a gap down list. So it actually went lower. So I am short bias on that. When it's a gap down, then short bias. Gap down right here because at the open we did see a good or a wide gap there. So at the open, I was looking at Neo. This one now is at around $11 price of a stock. So cheap stock. And when it keeps just trading below the VWAP. So we have a wick here, wick here, wick. We have that VWAP right there. So I shorted it here with a stop loss above VWAP, which it got me stop out. So that was my first trade in Neo. So red trade right there at this start, but very tight stop loss. So entry is below this candlestick, and yeah, above the candlestick is the stop loss. So when I saw that it went past through this at this time was the high of the day, passed through that, and at the S4 we found a strong resistance there. So I shorted it here, added to my position. Now there is a big or a strong conviction this here that it is heading lower, just because right from the get-go I am short bias in this because of the gap down. I'm just waiting for a good setup, which is at this one, a 9 EMA, as well as that pivot point right there. So another giveaway here was when I saw that it is pushing higher. We have that higher high, higher low, but look at the volume. Volume is dying. So there's not a lot of volume to support this stock. So that means that's a big red flag that we are definitely heading lower. And that's why I keep adding to this position, because I have a strong conviction that this one is gonna go test again the VWAP. So when I saw that, the initial thing that caught my attention is, yeah, this is part of my gap down list. I traded it earlier, but got me step out because it had that push, but the volume is dying. So when I saw that, S4 is getting rejected, so I shorted it there. Now, another giveaway there is when this candlestick form, it is actually lower than this candlestick. So if I put a line right here, that candlestick or that wick is even lower than this candlestick. So that's the time that I capitalize on my position, adding to my position here. And at that break of that 9 EMA, covered my position, trailing my stop, and so it got me stop out. But look at it now, it's still moving lower. So still moving lower, even was able to go beyond or below that VWAP. But I was happy with that trade, a high probability trade. And if you look into the 1 minute chart, so what I've been using here is the 5 minutes. So with the 1 minute, I shorted it here, which is this one, and got stop out there, which is at the VWAP. And then look at how bearish it is in the 1 minute. So stop loss right there. Keep adding to my position, reshorting it, and got some partial there and all out right here. Now it's still heading lower. I was watching a different stop that time, so I just keep trailing my stop, and eventually it got me stop out. And then Roblox. Roblox is another short. So what I like about Roblox is the same thing. It is heading higher highs, higher lows from a couple of days, and we found a big gap there. So big gap with a gap up that can easily just do a gap fill. So with that, so a big gap up right here. Now this first candlestick, I waited this one for this to close. Sure enough, when it closed, we are heading lower than the VWAP. So when we head lower than the VWAP, that is a signal for me that that candlestick or that chart is weak. So let's see here. So when I saw that, looking at the 5 minutes, I entered short below or at that VWAP, adding to my position, and sure enough, we just went lower. So I covered my position, trailing my stop loss, and so this one got me stop out, but I was still able to get out all the way down here. So if we see at the 1 minute, 1 minute chart would be okay. So for the 1 minute, so I shorted it here at below the VWAP, shorted there, short here, added to my position, cover at the 9 EMA, cover again when it went past through 9 EMA, and trailing my stop loss, and that got me stop out. So that is my Roblox trade. And then next one is Tesla. Tesla, I short this one. Tesla, if you look at the daily chart, it is a bit flat right there, but looking at the 5 minutes overextended there, just because look at how many candlestick we're heading higher. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That for me looks very extended. Even the 15 minutes looks extended right there. So I am waiting to short this one, and together with the SPY, I was looking for a signal to short this. So when I saw that Tesla is giving us the signal that it's starting to get weak, looking at the 1 minute as well. So the idea here is this one is that top of that candlestick was the giveaway right there. Look at how this candlestick is looking next to this candlestick. This candlestick is higher than this candlestick, so that's a giveaway that we are trending or heading lower. So at that point, idea here is short it right here at below the body of this candlestick. So that's why I entered right there short. Stop loss is above that candlestick and was able to get the move. The resistance there is the low of this wick. So if you look at the 1 minute, how it looks like is we're losing that, or we're heading below the 90 MA. So that's why I shorted it there. Now we're heading to that 20 moving average. That's why I covered it there. And once I cover, I did get to manage that position there. But I saw that the SPY is still heading lower. So I added to my position right here. And then I got stop out. Added to my position again and then got stop out. So very tight move right here. I was scalping it just because Tesla can be a mover. And look, if I did not put a very tight stop loss here, so I was all out at this level. But if I did not put a very tight stop loss when I was re-entering it, it could have squeezed me. And that's the reason why it's very important to know from the start whether you are scalping that trade versus are you waiting for a trend. For this one, it's clear to me that this is just a scalp trade. That's why I tried to still short it a couple of times with a very tight stop loss. Now I already have a buffer because I already got that little bit of a move, but little bit of a move for Tesla is already like at least 50 cents. So with that buffer, I was able to still go back and forth that trade, having a tight stop loss, hoping that we'll test that VWAP, which we did not. So just got me stop out, and sure enough, it just squeezed higher. So with that very tight stop loss, managing my, risking couple of cents to make couple of cents as well, I was able to get 125 there. And then the TSM is a small mover here. What I saw is, again, this one, not the usual play because the daily it just went higher than this previous day closed candlestick. So we are in that consolidation. But what I saw here was we are heading higher high, higher low, and looking for a pullback here, because everything that comes up must come down, and all those who are longing this will try to take some partials or take some profit as well. So when I saw that the same trigger here is this candlestick is higher than this, so it looks like we are heading for a reversal. So that's why I shorted it here. And then I got stop out there. So stop out, not a big deal, because that one was just the first trade. When I got stop out there, now the next one is, let me go to a lower time frame. So what I did here was I saw that we're tapping out in the 1 minute, so I shorted it here, looking at the 5 minutes as my entry and my stop loss, confirming with the 1 minute of where my levels are. So we are about to lose that 90 MA, so shorted it there and I got stop out. Reshorted it, but at this reshort, I have my stop loss at this. So when I reshorted it, added to my position, and at that time we are tapping out, and the volume there is also a key. So we are on the white candlestick, but the volume is dying. So sure enough, when I added to my position, I was able to get that move. But just because I initially have a red trade on this, which is this move right here, and kind of like just offset with that move right there, I only got $90 with that. But overall, I like the trade today just because even if it's just a scalping day, was able to make all greens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 8 are green trades today. So I'm happy with that. It just gives you the confidence that the strategy is working just because it's 100% green trades. Small green can add up. So that's the idea there. As a day trader, you just keep repeating your usual strategy. As long as you have a solid strategy, then you can rinse and repeat. And that's what I did here. So 8 out of 8 stocks that I just rinse and repeat my strategy, and I was able to monetize on that. So with that, the SPY looks like found almost found a bottom right here, 397.84. And it pretty much can just squeeze in all the way up to that previous day close. So with that, I will end my day with 2K profit. So I hope you had a green trading day. I only went long Amazon, but the rest are shorts. And that's the key about day trading. It's an in and out entry, or it's a very quick way of getting those profits as long as you have a solid strategy. And speaking of solid strategy, if you want to know more on how to day trade for a living, if day trading is for you, then I would recommend that you check this book. It's called Day Trading Unlocked by Mary de Guzman. It's now available in Amazon. It will teach you on how to day trade for a living and how to consistently be able to spot and know which is the right strategy or solid strategy to make a consistently be profitable on this day trading. So I talk about pivot points, moving averages, VWAP, as well as the risk management, the psychology, and your reward ratio. All of that is needed for you to have a solid foundation on how to day trade for a living, so you can just rinse and repeat it. So I hope you get to check it out, and if you do have questions, feel free to email me. My email is at mary@ecourseunlock.com. And if you want to know more and get an update on all those videos that I'm creating, then hit the subscribe button so you get to see the next video that I will be uploading. So with that note, I hope you had a green trade, and I'll see you at the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.